We are raised to believe the family home is the ultimate safe haven. Behind the symmetry of suburban streets and manicured lawns, we assume the four walls of a house provide a barrier against the dangers of the outside world. In April 2014, Darren West returned to his former home in Pleasant Grove, Utah, to confront a reality that shattered that assumption. Having just completed an 8-year prison sentence for drug offenses, he began clearing out the boxes he had left behind in the garage. Tucked among the clutter was a fruit box, sealed tightly with electrical tape. Inside, West found a plastic bag wrapped in layers of duct tape. When he cut it open, he discovered the decomposing body of a newborn baby. What the police initially treated as a single, isolated tragedy quickly multiplied. As investigators moved through the garage, they found more boxes, identically sealed. By the time the search concluded, they had uncovered 7 dead infants. The person responsible was Darren's ex-wife, Megan Huntsman. She eventually admitted to suffocating 6 of the infants immediately after giving birth to them. This wasn't just a derelict, abandoned property. It was an active household. For a decade, a mother raised 3 surviving children and lived with her husband, while a mass graveyard sat in the garage, unnoticed by everyone inside. To understand how 7 bodies could remain hidden for years, we have to look at the physical layout of the home. In most suburban designs, the garage is a functional blind spot, a space physically attached to the house, but psychologically removed from the daily living areas. Between 1996 and 2006, Huntsman used this spatial divide to her advantage. Each time she secretly gave birth at home, she used the garage as a permanent storage unit for her crimes, letting the bodies sit among years of accumulated household junk. Driven by a severe methamphetamine addiction, Huntsman told police she simply didn't want the babies or the responsibility. She would clean the house and seal the infants in boxes before her family even realized she had been in labor. This created a chilling proximity. Her 3 older daughters and her husband spent years eating, sleeping, and playing just inches away from the dark reality on the other side of the interior wall. Darren West maintained he was completely oblivious. He spent much of that entire decade using meth and cocaine daily, a habit that clouded his awareness of his wife's pregnancies and allowed him to dismiss the foul smells emanating from the garage as simple trash or dead animals. The Huntsman case highlights how a dysfunctional household can become a weapon of concealment. When a home is defined by distraction and addiction, atrocities can be hidden in plain sight. While the Huntsman case involved a secret hidden from the family inside, other homes have been actively engineered to lure victims from the outside. In the 1970s and 80s, 25 Cromwell Street in Gloucester, England, functioned as this type of domestic trap. This was the residence of Fred West, a man whose outward appearance as a local builder masked a history of sexual violence and murder. His wife, Rose, was his full partner in these crimes. Together, they transformed their home into a site of organized terror. The house operated on 2 levels. The upper floors were used to project domestic normality. The Wests took in lodgers and hired nannies, using the presence of their own children to make the environment seem safe for the young women they targeted. Below the surface, the house held a darker purpose. Over the course of 2 decades, the Wests tortured and murdered at least 10 young women, burying their dismembered remains in the cellar and beneath the bathroom floorboards. Neighbors and social workers saw a busy, occupied family home and assumed it was inherently safe. The Wests survived for years by exploiting the very trust that the domestic sanctuary is supposed to represent. Eventually, the facades of these homes collapsed. Whether triggered by a husband's return or a police investigation, the boundary between the private home and the public's horrified gaze was finally breached. The legal system delivered its finality. Megan Huntsman was sentenced to life in prison. Fred West took his own life while awaiting trial, and Rose West received a whole life order, ensuring she would never be released. In October 1996, the local council decided that 25 Cromwell Street was too tainted by its history to remain standing. They ordered the structure to be demolished, bringing in heavy machinery to tear the brick building to the ground. To prevent the site from becoming a destination for macabre souvenir hunters, the house was pulverized. Every brick and piece of timber was destroyed, physically erasing the structure from the Gloucester neighborhood. But the psychological impact on the community is harder to erase. Neighbors and bystanders are left to reconcile the normalcy they observed with the horrors that were occurring just a few feet away. The real weight of these discoveries is the dismantling of the assumption that the family home is inherently safe. These cases leave a community with the realization that they can never truly know what is hidden behind the closed doors right next to them.